Okay. All right, welcome and thank you for attending our annual meeting. We know your time is valuable and we appreciate, I'm sorry, I need to admit someone else. We know your time is valuable and we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us as we recap the past year and look to the future. We have a few housekeeping rules to go over before we get started. Please note that attendee microphones are muted. When we ask for a motion from the floor, please use the reaction button in the Zoom app and select the thumbs up symbol. If your screen name differs from your formal name, we may ask you to unmute your microphone and identify yourself. At this time, I'd like to introduce Alex Barlamas, Vice President of our board. Alex is serving in place of our chairman, Mark Rose, who is unable to attend tonight's meeting. Alex will call this meeting to order.
Well, then I better call this meeting to order. So we'll call the meeting to order. Have we a quorum established?
Yes, we have a quorum.
Can you give us the count on that quorum, please?
We have a quorum of 19 at present count.
All right, 19 constitutes a quorum, 15 is our minimum for a quorum. We will continue now with the report from our CEO.
I'm pleased to report that New Alliance Federal Credit Union performed successfully in 2020. While the year as a whole was challenging due to the impact of COVID on the economy and our members, we experienced an increase in assets largely due to the stimulus checks. This increase in deposit ultimately decreased our net worth from 11.12% in January of last year to 9.42% in December. We continue to remain well capitalized. From an operational standpoint, 2020 was a year like no other. When we were required to close our lobbies suddenly and indefinitely in March because of the pandemic, we found a way to continue to serve our members efficiently. We created a walk-up window at our Ambridge branch and assigned additional staff to our drive-through windows at our Ambridge and Monaca branches. As things began to reopen back up again and our lobbies reopened, we implemented all the recommended cleaning and safety protocols to keep our members and staff as safe as possible. To better serve our members and provide easy access to the services and information they need, we redesigned our website with easier navigation and added online secure form submission. We also updated our online banking platform, enabling members to reset their own passwords without having to call in to request a change. As we look to the future of the credit union, our board of directors made a decision to invest in its growth by purchasing a building in Lawrenceville section of Pittsburgh, where construction has begun on a new branch office. This is an underserved area of the city where we believe we can make a significant impact and serve the needs of a diverse and growing population. On behalf of the staff and board of New Alliance Federal Credit Union, I want to thank each and every one of you for the trust you put in us. We promise to always do our best to continue to earn that trust and to treat you as we would like to be treated. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kathy Pellegrini, our Supervisory Committee Chair.
I am the chair of the Supervisory Committee. We're a volunteer group consisting of 3 members, Irma Stratus, Sandy Dugan, and myself. And the primary function of the Supervisory Committee is to protect the assets of your credit union. We're responsible for determining that the financial condition of the credit union is presented accurately, practices and procedures followed by management are effective, and safeguarding your savings, and that rules covering borrowers are properly administered. Board practices are also reviewed to determine the best possible services are being offered to benefit members. During 2020, Cross-State Credit Union Association was engaged to comply with the external audit requirements of the National Credit Union Association. No material weaknesses were noted. The results of the audits and examination have satisfied this committee, and the financial statements prepared by the credit union staff accurately reflect the financial condition of your credit union.
Thank you, Kathy. Alex will now present the report of the chairman of the board.
As you may know, Mark Rose is chairman of the board. He is unable to attend to a death in his family. So I, as first vice president, is standing in for him. Does anybody have any questions for that? We could gladly answer them at this time in response towards Mark Rose as chairman of the board. If not, we'll continue to move on.
I see no hands raised.
Hearing no questions, we're going to please review the minutes from last year's annual meeting of September 17th, 2020.
Okay.
Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes? Is there a motion to approve? So moved. Is there a second?
I'll
Second.
second.
That's
Motion.
Sam.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes from last year's annual meeting. Is there any discussion? Do we have any corrections, additions, or deletions? Hearing none, we'll put it to a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Against? Abstentions? So I can't tell if they've all voted there or not.
Nobody's
Everyone
raised
in
their
the room
hands
was a yes.
indicating.
Is that all yes? Let
Yes.
the minutes show let this year's minutes show that last year's minutes were approved unanimously. All right, we have three openings on our board of directors for a 3-year term. The existing board members whose terms are up for re-election are Ron Hall, Sam DeBona, and Bob Nelson. All three of those board members have expressed the desire to stay on. As is required, we will ask for nominations from the floor. Are any nominations for the board of directors for a 3-year term at this time? Are there any nominations from the floor for the board of directors for a 3-year term at this time? Are there any nominations for the board of directors for a 3-year term at this time from the floor? Hearing none, we will place the 3 previously affirmed names in nomination, the names of Sam DeBona, Ron Hall, and Bob Nelson. Do we have a motion to approve the 3 nominations? Cast a unanimous ballot. Motion made by Ron Churchin, seconded by Dominic Ravelli. To approve the 3 nominations, have the secretary cast a unanimous ballot. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions? All right, are we unanimous again, Leslie?
Yep.
Let the minutes show that they were approved unanimous. This time we'll move to old business. Is there anyone who wants to talk about any old business?
No.
Does anybody want to talk about, I know Florinda touched on it, and it kind of falls into old business and new business. On the Lawrenceville project, we could give some insight if anybody needs any.
If you have any questions, please indicate by hitting the raising your hand, the reaction button. No
You have a
questions have been
question?
raised.
I have a question.
That's why she should be honest.
So where are we in the progress of the building? Like, what phases are we in?
We're still in the permitting phase. They're hoping to begin construction by the end of this month,
And what are you looking at for opening?
probably late September, early October.
And are there any obstacles that you see in the way?
Not at this time,
Hopefully not.
hopefully not.
It had been COVID, for the
Yeah.
permitting certainly, but I think, we're probably like seeing a light.
Yeah, I was thinking light at the end of the tunnel.
No, it should be starting May.
Yeah.
So the record,
Anybody else questions? pertaining to the Lawrenceville project?
I see
No.
none.
Anybody else questions on anything else in old business? Hearing none, we'll move to new business. Does anybody have new business they'd like to bring up at this time? No? Once more, does anybody have new business they'd like to bring up? Hearing no new business, is there anybody that wants to say anything, or we're gonna close the meeting? All right,
Nope.
do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion to adjourn the meeting. It's been duly seconded. All those in favor? Against, abstentions, let's show the meeting was adjourned at whatever time it's been.
5:13 PM. All right, thank you all for joining our annual meeting this year.